Champs and Giggles, history, news, views, and reviews from a black perspective.
Go to the shop quickly and come back.
Welcome, one and all. It's that day of the week again. Champs and Giggles, the full crew comes together. We're going to put the world to right. Dear things I've won. Goodness me. I mean, what's happening in this world? Let's have a look. Frank Zanu has a thought-provoking conversation. We're going to listen to that, see what I've won. Black history, look, Trinidad and Tobago, a cultural melting pot. There are carnival celebrations. That's interesting. I can't remember talking about that. Anyway, the British royal family and 53 nations celebrate the Commonwealth 75th anniversary. We are going to give tribute. Cocoa tea has passed. Apparently, there's more that are in the passing, so to speak. So I'll have to get caught up myself. What I want, fire in the hole disappear. Mr. Simpson's just back from. Who's going to give me my banter detail and let me know what's going on in the world?
I'm there, man. I'm there.
Fire in the hole. Start the teeth.
Fire in the hole.
What's going on in the world? Shall we do birthday shout-outs first? Are there any?
There are.
Oh.
Olympic, athletics, gymnastics. Simone Biles, 28 today.
She's only 28.
Yeah, medals dropping out of her pocket when she sneezes. A medal just drop out of her nose. She just dominate her sport to the fullest.
Absolutely. Wow, she's only 28.
Little puppy.
Well done.
28 years old.
Well done. She's got a life ahead of her, boy.
Also, Professor Gus John, 80 years old today.
Professor Gus, who's that then? Gus John.
He's a Grenadian gentleman who came here in 1964, and from then to now, he's been fighting for racial equality and social justice in schools and educations for us.
Oh, well done, Professor.
His list is so extensive. It'd take me 40 minutes to tell you about the first little bit. He has done so many different things along the pathway.
Is there one of particular note that he's done?
I think his struggle for racial equality and social justice, and he's been on that fight since 1964 to improve how we are treated in schools and colleges and education.
How old is he?
80 years old.
Oh right, yeah, because they did a little.
One of his main things has really been supplementary. He was the first. They were the first supplementary school to ever open, and that was opened in Birmingham.
The black
yeah. So, and because of that happening in Birmingham, he went on to. It just spread. It really did spread. I mean, I learned got a lot of my education from supplementary schools, which was on a Saturday, which was a Saturday school.
Right, yeah.
I give thanks to people like Gus.
Yeah. Respect you, big up Gus. We can see him here on the voice online. We have to big up the voice. But as you say, Jamie, he's got a long list.
As Lisa just typed in as well, he's an academic, he's a writer, a lecturer, a campaigner, I suppose, an activist as well.
It's all in there, but as he said, he wants to see a revival of black supplementary schools. So
I went to a Saturday school.
Well done, mate. I wish I did. But clearly it's on the decline then for some reason.
It seems so. And also, although he's no longer with us, it would have been the birthday for Albert Einstein. And the reason why I've mentioned Albert Einstein, yes, everybody knows I like my science, but he was not, he didn't agree with slavery. And he didn't do it silently. He went to many places and he spoke out about lynching and these kind of things, and that they were wrong.
Albert Einstein, the genius himself,
the greatest ever scientist ever.
And I what's this? What day of was his birthday? Today's what?
Today.
Oh, it's today, the 14th.
14th, yeah.
All of these aren't on the 14th.
Yep, they are.
Right, okay. Okay, well, they all got something in common. Yeah, but this Professor Gus, good Lord, they've done a huge write-up on The Voice. So I'd encourage listeners to...
Can you see how big it is?
Yeah, they've done a huge write-up on The Voice, yeah.
Oh, forget The Voice. Go. If you go internally into like his wiki...
Oh, yeah, it'll go on and on and on
or
and
just
on.
type on his
Yeah.
bio, mate.
He's a phenomenal man. You
Since
can.
he came to England, 19 is either 64 or 54. I think it's 64. He first came to England from Grenada.
Right.
And he's been on that fight 60 years.
Yeah, there you go. Pinky, you saying something?
It would be good if we could actually get him to come on the show, because he is, I don't want to say the last of a dying breed, but you know, he's the last of the dying. He's a legend. And you know, those kind of people, we're never really going to get them again. I don't think so.
Well, of course. And the thing is, out of hardship, you know, diamonds are pressed out of hardship, isn't it?
Yeah.
And of course, in them times, things were difficult. Things are easier now, in some respects, of course, not in all. And so to get diamonds such as himself is very, very difficult. So yeah, he's got a lot to pass on, Professor Gus.
He does,
you know?
And we've got a lot of knowledge that we can take from him, and even the fact that just even having him on the show and getting it taped, it's a treasure.
It'd be a treasure.
Yeah, an archive treasure for us at least. But yeah,
absolutely. And you know, his legacy. It's a shame that this supplementary school, see, that's the thing in it, wasn't made a mandatory nationwide thing, whereby, because obviously black children are set back, because when they go to school, people don't look like them. In some schools, I mean, when I was at school, it was just me and one other person. That's it. Whereas if you're in an inclusive zone that understands you and where you're coming from, you're going to learn.
Exactly. You're going to learn.
More. Yeah.
You learn from a different perspective. I learned.
Yeah. And you're going to want to take in the knowledge.
Until going to a Saturday school. That taught me differently. Yeah.
Right.
I am so grateful.
Looks like a few people went to a Saturday school around here.
Yeah, that's where I learned all my history, my black history. I learned.
You learned that you learned that you're black.
No, it's not even about learning that I'm black. It helped to build and shape my character.
Well, they all do, but I mean,
no.
It's nice to be
yeah, they all do, but not like school.
That's what I mean. It puts the black perspective into you from a young age.
It gave me an arm that I never had before.
Of course.
Yeah, it gave me the confidence that I could go anywhere in Britain.
Yeah,
Don't talk to me, because I will tell you about yourself and I will tell you about your history.
Because you know, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so be careful how you talk to me.
Yeah,
you know?
so
I would sit anywhere. I could sit anywhere. I could be the only black person there.
And comfortable.
Because I know, and I'm comfortable because I know who I am.
That's my point. A lot of youth them out there don't know who they are, don't know where they come from, don't know why, do not understand what's going on, just absolutely clueless, and they don't even know that they're clueless.
You cannot ostracize me like you tried to, and put me in a little cage.
Yeah, can't be.
Or try to categorize me, because you know we are very much categorized as a certain set of people that are just criminals and thugs, you know.
Well, they try and put
you muggers, you know, because that's how we are categorized. Very much so, you know. Watch your purse, watch your.
Back in the day, it was even worse.
Yeah, of course it was.
You know, it was even worse. I mean, I quite honestly remember, was it that news on ITV or whatever the station was, and you'd be in the kitchen, you hear black man do so, you're like, oh my God, what now? I mean, for white man do something is invisible. The man was running down the road. Black man do something. He was black, 6'2", wearing a jacket.
Huge. Yeah.
They got a whole profile. You know what I mean? And you knew they were talking about you. When they're talking about the man, who they could be talking about anybody. But when they mentioned a black man, you knew they were talking about you and all that drip, drip, drip of negative. That's all just negativity put into our heads. No wonder they turn into foolishness and whatnot. Black supplementary schools, a key role for them to have someone who look like them can explain to them that, yeah, don't watch that. Their media is not for you, it's for them. Right? You know what I mean? And they'll put fools and make it. I never forget Jeff Schumann said that. You watch that their media, it makes you scared of your own people. It makes you think everyone's like, no, it don't work like that. Lord of mercy. Anyway, so that's the birthday shouts. What else? Oh, look, we got condolences and then we got congratulations. Any condolences in the house? I mean, there was a few.
Well, the first one is the huge, humongous reggae artist Coco T.
Coco T, yeah. How old was he?
I didn't get that, I'm afraid.
That's quite interesting, isn't it?
65,
Coco T.
I think.
How much?
65.
No way, is that all?
Still kind of youngish.
Yeah.
Still
See,
kind
man.
of youngish.
Right, 65 following heart attack, cardiac arrest. Well, there's one for you, isn't it?
So the one that would well they both speak out volumes, but I think for us as a platform and our age group, especially those who liked a bit of soul, was Stedman Pearson from 5 Star.
Yeah.
Stedman, yeah. And he was a young lot. How old was he?
60.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I remember 5 Star, the girl with the,
Yeah.
you know. Let's have a look and see. Well, it was a band, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
They
modeled
sometimes
themselves on
quoted
the
as
Jacksons, didn't they?
As the English
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a family, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Siblings.
family, 5 of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sibling.
All brothers and sisters.
3
Yeah,
girls and
that's
2
right.
boys.
And oh well, that's a bit small. Here's Stedman seems to have a fair bit of makeup on. Let's have a look. Obviously 5 Star, yeah. We'd have to drop a 5 Star.
Can't you see the Jacksons in them now?
Yeah.
No, that's obviously what they modeled. Jackson 5, they modeled themselves after it.
yeah.
The hairstyle, everything. You know what I mean? 5 Star, you know how long ago? That was so long ago. What year would that have been?
80s.
81, 82, 83,
80s.
84.
80s,
But, you
because
know-
I remember them time there. That was say I was. So it's about 85. 85's 80s. It's definitely early 80s. I remember them in Hippodrome, and then that time there, who was it? It was Sharon Brown.
Let Me Be the
Sharon.
One of their most popular tracks was
Yeah.
1985.
Let me be the one.
Let Me Be the One they were. Yeah,
1985.
Yeah, 1985. So we was at, I was at school.
And me.
Who else was at school?
Me.
Not me. I
secondary
just
school.
come out.
They're not top for business.
Why, Lord of mercy. I remember that. That is just, wow. But he's only 60. But he just shows to show how young they were and doing things, really, when you think about it.
They were like a band of our generation.
Yeah, for real. You know what I mean? You see them on TV and whatnot. Big teams. Formed in 1983.
See, there you go.
I mean, absolute classics. Only 6. And so what happened to him? Not heart attack.
I had a lot of fun. He had diabetes.
Yeah, but diabetes can kill.
Of course it
Yeah.
can. Of course it
No, I
can.
mean, no. Don't you get the meds to what meds?
Yeah, but some people don't handle their diabetes very well.
That's the issue right there. It's not about the diabetes, it's about handling it.
Wow. Maybe stop taking his well, them, what's it, droplet, whatever the tabs are.
Insulin.
Insulin. And it depends on the type of diabetes. You get type 1, type 2. How many types are there? Type 1, type 2 in it. So
Yeah, just 2.
I think type 1 is a bit very difficult because your body just doesn't produce the insulin. And yeah, there was a girl at the job, and my girl's on the floor like she's gonna pass out.
Sugar's the enemy, mate.
Yeah. What's going on? You know? Boy, yeah. So diabetes catching Sad. At least, well, if it's not that, it's cancer, innit? So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Coco T
Dead
had
for-
cancer. He was diagnosed 4 years ago, Coco T.
No way, 4 years ago.
Mm.
Wow, he did well then. I wonder if they told him he had a certain amount of time, and he said, "Nah, man, I don't need that." And you know, how black man doing it, and went on to
Like
do what
Bob,
he's
innit?
doing. Huh?
Like Bob Marley. If Bob Marley, listen, maybe he might still be alive today.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, that if you go through cancer treatment, your time is short anyway. I think they give you 5 or 10 years thereafter.
It's not
So,
true, Joe.
huh?
Being a cancer survivor myself, that is not true.
I hope not. I
It's
hope not.
not.
Yeah, well, okay, fair enough. As I say, I mean, that's what somebody had said to me. But let's not even go there. So very sad. Coca T, young man still, to be fair. We'll have to play a tribute song for him. There's many tributes going out online, to be fair, for the various singers that they seem to be just dropping off one after the next, after the next. Is it just that time of year?
Those singers,
Really?
I think it's 7 in 2 weeks.
Oh, come on, What is there on the lines of congratulations?
Well, I've not really got any congratulations, but what I can tell you that on this day, on the 13th of March, in 1773,
That's a long time ago.
yep, Jean Baptiste Pointe du Sable, black pioneer and explorer, founded Chicago, the Windy City.
Gene, what's his name?
Jean Baptiste
Yeah.
Pointe, which is Pointe, du Sable, or
John
D-U-S.
Oh, that's a
Baptiste.
long name, rude boy. That's a long
That's his
name.
name. Tell him father, I'm mama. I dem
Jean-
name him.
Jean Baptiste Pointe.
Yeah.
And there's another one.
Also, Thomas
Wait.
L. Jennings
Right.
is credited to be the first black person to patent an invention.
So hold on. This Jean Baptiste fella,
Mhm.
right? Them even met Tinker. He's from Haiti,
That's correct.
Wow. I mean, so there's a lot. That's loaded, isn't it?
Well, think about it. In 1773, we were slaves. So how did he manage to walk back and find Chicago?
Chicago, Illinois, and is recognized as the city's founder.
Yep.
He's recognized as the city's. I mean, come on now. How's that work out then?
Yeah,
Right.
because what you have to understand, Jimmy, not everybody was slaves.
Well, of course, not everybody was slaves. But in 1773, I don't think there was a lot of free black men about, though.
No, I think the slavery was down in the south.
No, they're
in the
actually, you
north.
have to look, you have to understand. Yeah, there was, because there was. That's just it. There was in certain parts
And then you got those indentured ones who are
where
slaves,
it was
but not
free.
slaves. They get a wage.
Home help. But so in America, the
Oh,
slavery
no.
was more down in the south,
Yeah.
Mississippi and all them areas down there. Whereas in the north, where it bordered with Canada, which Chicago would, they were more free men. So that movie we saw, 12 Years a Slave, the guy who was a slave, I can't pronounce his name, he was a Canadian, a free man. So it could be something to do with that, why look, around 1764, he was thought to have been shipwrecked near New Orleans. New Orleans is in the south.
Yep.
He was bound with his childhood friends, mentored by Pontiac, prominent leader. So he was obviously down there. It could well be that he escaped. But you know what else it shows you? This is an interesting point. This guy, 1745 to 1818, which is what, 73 years old, lived well, considering time. He shouldn't have been, look, he grew up at a time as a black man, he should not have been thinking about founding a city or being an entrepreneur. But that's what he set his mind to do. Then, this is a perfect example of how we are not prisoner to our immediate condition. What gem you're finding a good gem there in a rude boy? Yeah, gem there, sir. John Baptiste, but they're not taught in school. When
No.
my son comes home, I'm going to ask him, because you know my children are there in America taught in it. Let me ask him if you know about this man here. John Baptiste Pointe du Sable. And I bet they don't teach that in American school. But anyway, I digress. And what's the second one you said?
Thomas L. Jennings.
Hold on.
Anybody use the dry cleaners? He's the originator of it. It's a process called dry scouring, which is the forerunner of a modern dry cleaning, in essence.
So what's he do? The machine?
Yep. He made the process, because it's a process. So it's cleaning stuff without using water, in essence.
And what do they? Yeah, I never get that really. What do they use?
Well, I think they use solvents that take the bacteria out the clothes. Obviously
By the way, look, stolen from Jamaica. So there's a Jamaican fella, and obviously YouTube all kind of thing, but and they put him as an African American inventor, tradesman, entrepreneur, and abolitionist in New York City. First African American patent holder in history, granted a patent in 1821 for his novel method of dry cleaning. But I guess he was a Jamaican fella. I haven't done the research on this. I guess he was a Jamaican fella. Why they put stolen from Jamaica?
Yep. So he was a tailor,
and
he opened his first dry cleaners in New York by using the process.
Wow. And sorry.
Also, on the 14th of March today, in 1965, in Montgomery, I think Montgomery's in Alabama, is it?
Down there, yeah.
Down there somewhere. Well, the bus boycott ends, and we know what the bus boycott started for.
Yep.
Well, basically, in 1965, it ended when the bus services were desegregated, so we could sit anywhere on the bus.
Yeah, that was after. Who remembers her name that was on the bus?
Rosa Parks.
Well, don't give anyone a chance.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
You said it yesterday. Okay.
We got a clarity. Let's just have a quick listen to this, because Thomas Jennings, the dry cleaning method. Another thing, I mean, how many times you take your clothes guard dry clean, right? Never did you think that the man behind it was a black man. Let's see. Let me see if you can hear it first.
Black History Month. Tonight we are recognizing Thomas L. Jennings. Jennings was the first African American to receive a U.S. patent awarded in 1821 for something many of us use to look sharp for work or for special events. He invented a dry cleaning process called dry scouring.
And as an entrepreneur, Jennings used the patent to build a successful business, which not only brought him financial success, but also helped secure his freedom from slavery. His achievement was a significant milestone in African American history, demonstrating innovation and resilience. And it marked a key moment in the struggle for Black intellectual and economic empowerment.
Oh, there you go. Quite interesting. He was a slave.
Yep.
You know, he was a slave. You know, it just boggles my mind what slaves, people who were slaves, were able to do. And again, that earned him his freedom, right? It just boggles my mind. I mean, it's like they did so much. I mean, there was is it Madam J.C. Walker? Wasn't she from slavery?
The
first black, yeah. You know what I mean? It really does boggle. And here we are in relative comfort. It makes, I feel embarrassed. What do we do? It's like when I see the Chinese man you go to France, even in Madrid, there's a Chinese restaurant somewhere. Don't speak the language. They don't speak the language of where they is, still there with their Chinese. Still in business. Business is booming. I mean, far less for us who speak the language.
There it goes.
I feel embarrassed sometimes. Like there's some amazing people doing amazing things. You wonder where they get that gene from. It's got to be something behind it. It's got to be a particular gene. Some will, some heritage that's been passed down, some novel bit of information that somehow we miss. I think I missed a lot, to be fair. I mean, I didn't even go Saturday school. Come on. I mean, I mean, a lot of people went to Saturday school. I remember I was of an age, we went out and Monday, I think there was a football club up Harlem, all black boys. I felt lost. I felt lost. I was kicking ball with school. Do you know what I mean? The comparison is just a mile apart. I think these things should be nationalized and made accessible, easy, advertised, promoted, made easily accessible for black youth to come on board. But it's for our community, it's like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. If somebody bring you in, then you're in. If you could, otherwise you can just be left out in the dark and you would not know.
I was saying earlier, when I try to research stuff, I would ask the particular website that I'm on a question, and the question will be, for instance, what historical events happened today in Black history? Boom, loads of information will come down, but when I then cross-reference it, it's not in chronological order. So it will say 14th of March, but when I cross-reference it, it will be the 19th of October. So I was saying to one of the guys on the platform, who is putting this information on to give us the empowerment to know stuff. However, they're not putting it chronologically correct in time.
Whoa.
If I go to European history and ask what happened on the 14th of September 1462, they're going to say the Battle of Agincourt. If I ask what happened on the 39th of March 1914, they're going to say World War I started.
Right,
Do you understand?
Right. They got the exact, yeah.
We want our information to come the said way, just like that.
No, interesting you say that. We want it. We can't be asking them to do it. We have to organize to do it ourselves.
If I ask for a list of birthdays, Black celebrity birthdays, I might get 2 or 3. If I ask for a list of Bollywood celebrities, the list just goes all down, looking down on the floor, the list is still going.
Right. Let's notice the difference. And as I was saying, even with those inventors, when you go back, like Thomas Jennings, when you go back, the pictures that are used when they're in the 1700s, I don't fit them picture half the time because black people weren't photographed back in the day. So sometimes they just use an image and ascribe it to the person. And same like signatures, slaves, they couldn't write. So they just put a line or an X or whatever. That was a signature. It just doesn't apply. It's so much that we've been sort of left out of, which holds us back, but we don't understand it.
Look at the most famous black man in British history, Roman black man, Emperor Septimus Severus.
There you go.
He's in the front door of the British Museum, and nobody will not know that he's a black man.
See how we look. Guys, we have to go to break, but we will be back. The conversation just starting. We gotta get wild, man. We gotta get tribute, Coca Tea.
She loves me now. Ooh, she loves me now. She loves me now. Whoa, she loves me now. And I sing glory, glory, hallelujah. Got to give thanks and praise.